Welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. Thanks for checking us out this evening. My podcast co-host is in the upstate, coming to us live from the Jack Shack. He is Carolina Jackpot. Jackpot, what's up, buddy?
Not much, sir. How you doing tonight?
Ready to pick some games, sir. Ready to get after it.
That sounds like a fine idea.
Yep, we got games we're going to pick this evening. And shout out to the folks that are in the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. You can still join. I tell you what, I've been answering emails on that throughout the day. If you're not getting your stuff, that's fine. Remember, everything is on the website, robandkaleshow.com. Email me. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Remember, your games are locked at 12 o'clock. You cannot submit your games after 12 o'clock. If they're submitted after 12 o'clock, they will not count. All right. I don't want to make it any confusion or anything else. There's a timestamp for every entry that's entered. You cannot submit games after 12 o'clock on Saturdays. Make sure we put that out there.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. It's been that way for years.
Well, we have a lot of new people, Jackpot.
So we do. We do. I think about 5 or 6 people signed up today.
Well, there you go.
After I put out that video. So,
yeah. All right. Well, week 1, this is the, we had like last week was like, I don't know, like the appetizer. The Iowa State game was a good game. The Stanford game was a good game just because, it was close. But we have some really interesting games this week, Jackpot. And we'll start off with Texas at Ohio State. Ohio State is a 1.5-point favorite. It's the first time in AP history that the number 1 team in the country starts the first game as an underdog. Are you going to roll with Arch Manning, or are you going with the defending national champ?
I think that in Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs that Ohio State has the 2 best players in the country on each side of the ball on their team. The trouble is they've got 2 new coordinators. Even though their offensive coordinator has been with the program, I don't know how that transition is going to work. The new defensive coordinator is a failed NFL head coach. I'm not sure about that. There's so much new. I see more continuity with Texas. I didn't want to pick Texas because I just don't trust them in this big spot yet, especially on the road. But I can't pick Ohio State either. It's such a toss-up, man. The quarterbacks are both inexperienced, but you've got experience with Arch Manning has played in games. Right. Albeit it's been in mop-up duty and against terrible competition, but he has played. I know nothing about Julian Sayin. Right. So for that reason, and I also don't think, and this is not a shot at Ohio State, but I just don't I don't think of that as being a tremendous home field advantage. I think that it seems like it's a home field advantage because their teams are always so damn good that they win their games there and they win them on the road too. I don't think that's like going to a Tennessee or a Clemson or somewhere like that. So I'm going to roll with Texas here. And I'm probably going to end up being wrong, but that's my logic.
So Texas is getting 1.5. It's the opening game of the season. And there's a part of me that wants to pick Ohio State here, but I when a game is this close, I like to look at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And Ohio State is good, but Texas is better. They're too deep. Their second stringers could start anywhere in the country. Anywhere. They are that good, and they have that much depth. I don't really care how loud the horseshoe is. The Ohio State fans talking about, Texas won't face this kind of team all season. Well, you won't face another team that has the blue chip stats that Texas has all year either, until you get to the college football playoff, if you can get there. It's also kind of hard for me to take Ohio State serious when, for some reason, they can't beat Michigan. I don't know what the deal is with that.
But they can also win national titles.
They can win national titles. We can argue, and we don't argue with hardware here, but
right, we don't. Well, you just did.
No, I'm just saying they have issues with Michigan, which
they're not
makes
playing Michigan Saturday.
Serious. I understand that, but I think Texas has the better line on both sides of the ball as far as depth goes, and I think that's what's going to win in the end. So I'm going to take Texas to, I guess, get the upset. Next matchup is Syracuse and Tennessee. I'll go first here. Tennessee should – they're going to go to the races here. That gimmick offense they have, running up to the line as fast as they possibly can. Heupel's going to bring that back. And Syracuse doesn't have the depth. They can't fake injuries to slow them down. Look for a lot of, 4 and 5 yard passes here and there with their quarterback to keep the ball moving down the field. They're going to try to sprinkle in the run there as well. Their offensive line is much bigger than the Syracuse defensive line, and Syracuse second string is hot dog water. Tennessee covers. They'll win it late, like 38-10.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm also going to take Tennessee. Josh Heupel likes to run it up against crappy teams, and while I think that Syracuse found themselves a decent coach, I think this version of Syracuse is not a good team. They won 10 games last year, and nobody even really realized it. Well, the reason they didn't realize it is because they didn't win any impressive games. Other than the Miami game at the end of the year, I think it was a very hollow 10-2, and just not very impressive to Carolina Jackpot. You saw all their depth is gone, all their skill players are gone. They either hit the transfer portal or they left to the NFL or whatever. I just don't see them being able to slow down the balls. I want to see what Joey Aguilar is. Maybe he's a good – excuse me. He may be really good. I mean, he threw a lot of interceptions at App State, but, I don't know why. Can his guys not get open? They could have had offensive line issues. He could have had young receivers. I don't really know. I didn't watch any App State football last year other than when they played you fuckers. The 2023 his stats are pretty good. So he should, looking out for himself, if he wanted to make the most money he could have, he should have hit the transfer portal after the 2023 season because people wouldn't be doubting him like they are right now. But I think he'll play pretty well. And Tennessee's got a good defense. I think they'll get this win. I like the under because I don't think Syracuse is going to score a whole lot. And I like Vols to get the win there and cover.
Lisa asked why we don't play Candy Liquor at the start of the show anymore, because it's copyrighted and it pings us and we don't want to get in trouble. That's basically the gist of it. Our next pick is Alabama at Florida State. The Tide are getting 13.5, or giving up 13.5 on the road. With this game, Jackpot, there's lots of people that'll tell you, oh, Florida State's got this and Florida State's got that. But a wise bald man told me at one point, don't ever fucking bet on Florida State with Mike Norvell. All the way up there in Simpsonville, he screamed his head off about that. I'm going to roll with Alabama here and give up the 13.5.
Yeah, I am too. This is one of those lines I looked at and I said, why is it not 3 touchdowns? I really don't know. If I was going to bet anything here with Florida State, I might bet them like the first quarter or something. Maybe they come out hot. Didn't they remodel their stadium? I believe they did.
Yeah, I think they did, but I don't think that's going to keep up with.
Well, I know, but it's not. I don't think it's extensive as what Kansas did. But maybe they come out fired up. They sucked ass last year. Maybe they come out with some kind of false bravado for. Last about 10 minutes, and they may get some kind of quick score. But
Well, but
I don't.
their quarterback jackpot. Remember, the Boston College transfer has been running his mouth to Alabama all summer. I mean, there's been shit that he said all summer about.
I know.
I mean,
They've
he's
said
probably
it's going to be dealt with accordingly.
exactly. Someone needs to show him the DeAndre
That
Francois tape.
would carry a lot more weight, and that would really scare a lot more people. That comment is going to be dealt with accordingly if they hadn't got their doo-doo knocked in by Vanderbilt last year.
Right. Well, but I mean, on the other hand, too, though, I mean, I've lost my train of thought, but I think that Alabama is going to try to make a statement here. And, here's the thing that Florida State went 2-10 last year. How are we supposed to think that they're going to match up with Alabama when they were 2-10? I got nothing for you.
Only thing they had last year, their defense wasn't terrible. I mean, their offense obviously was. It wasn't just DJ Ukulele either. It was the whole offense played bad.
Yeah.
He gets the blame for it because he was the quarterback for much of it, but it wasn't all on him.
Anyway, we both like Alabama there. The next game, Mississippi State at Southern Miss. Mississippi State is a 12-point favorite here as they go on the road to Hattiesburg. And, of course, the Brett Favre folks down there looking to get an upset. You know what? I said I was going to take Southern Miss to cover. So I said that in like April. I'm going to take Southern Miss to cover but lose. So give me that.
This is a tough one. We got a couple of tough Group of 5 SEC matchups where the Group of 5 team looks to be capable of springing the upset. One of them's going to cover, one of them's not. One of them's going to upset the other, one of them's not. This one is quite tough for me because Southern Miss is going to be a much improved unit than what they were last year. They brought in Charles Huff, the former head coach at Marshall. They kind of got into it with the administration there and left, and he took damn near half the roster, if not more, with him to Southern Miss. And what does that look like? How does that mesh with any players that were still there? I'm going to take Mississippi State to cover. I think their quarterback is going to play well in this game, and I just think they're going to dominate Southern Miss on both lines of scrimmage. I think there's a lot of people are doubting them too, and I think they're usually when you get these kind of upsets, it's when you kind of come in thinking you're going to win, and you're not really thinking about it too much. But when everybody's doubting them, I kind of think they'll be really focused and that they'll play well and win this game. So I'm going to take Mississippi State here, and it scares me because I've taken a bunch of favorites, but that's the way I'm going to roll.
Well, Coastal Carolina plays at Virginia. The Chanticleers are getting 12 points on the road. Look, I think that Tony Elliott's going to get Virginia right, but I think they're going to win this game by 8 points. So give me Coastal Carolina plus 12.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Virginia. That quarterback they got that transferred in from North Texas, Chandler Morris, I guess he's Chad Morris's son. He's really good. If Virginia's upgraded their offensive line play a little bit, this guy's going to put up some numbers. And I'm not exactly sure what Coastal Carolina's bringing in. This is a watered-down version of them. They're probably a middle-of-the-road Sun Belt team. This is not a Jamie Chadwell vintage Coastal. They've kind of taken a step back past few years. And I thought this was going to be a sexy upset pick in Conway last year, and Virginia kind of came out there and smacked them around a little bit. I think they get a win at home here. I don't think it's all that difficult. So let me go with let me roll the Wahoos.
All right, our next game is California at the Beeve. The Beeve is a 3-point favorite. I think they win this one and walk the dog with California. Give me the Beeve -3.
Mm. They're kind of evenly matched, though. Oregon State was terrible last year. For Oregon State, they kind of really fell off the schneid. Now, they brought in Malik Murphy. I thought he was pretty good at Duke.
Right.
Now he's going to fit in the system here. I don't even know who the Beavs coach is anymore. With that, Cal lost a lot of talent off that team. A lot.
Right.
Running back Jaden Ott's gone. Ferrando Mendoza left, went to Indiana. So I'm going to roll with Oregon State at home too. Taking too many favorites here. This is not going.
That's what I'm worried about, Jackpot. Lots of favorites.
Well, I just can't find an angle there for Cal. Look, I don't know a ton about Cal's roster, right? I don't know. Cal could. Most people I've listened to think Oregon State is going to cover that. So,
all right, our next matchup is the Bill Belichick Bowl. TCU plays at North Carolina. North Carolina is giving up 3 at home. The stuff with North Carolina, I think that Bill Belichick, I don't know if he's completely all in or not. And I'm worried that he's more worried about his girlfriend than he is about coaching football. That's why he's got his son doing it. It reeks of what Steve Spurrier did with having Steve Spurrier Jr. recruit or all that. Remember that debacle in South Carolina? That's how I think this is going to end up. He's never coached at the college level. Is he a guy that did well in the NFL? Yes, he did. He also pissed a lot of people off. I think he's still worried about that patch, as Big Barney Ross would say. Give me TCU -3.
This one's got me. I don't know. This is just very intriguing. This might be the most intriguing game of the whole weekend. I'm going to go out on a limb here and go with North Carolina. I think he gets the win.
All right.
Okay. And I don't know how the hell he does it. I don't know, but I know the quarterback he's got from South Alabama, Gio Lopez, he was pretty decent last year. He was a pretty talented player. Other than that, I can't name you. Sir, I don't have a magazine in front of you to even tell you half the players on our roster because I don't even know who they are anymore. Now, so I think he's going to I think for one thing, I'm sure he knows how to delegate his coaching duties out since apparently he's not all in on it. Maybe he's not. But somehow or another, I think they find a way to win this game.
All right, so Jackpot's rolling with the heels. The next game is Notre Dame at Miami. Convicts and Catholics, sir. Mm-hmm. You remember that from back in the day? Notre Dame is getting 2.5 points on the road. I sometimes when I look at things and it's like, oh, there's so many good things about this team, so many good things about that team. Just step back for a second and look at this. Look at it from this perspective. I trust the Notre Dame coach more than I trust old Mario Crystal Balls, as you call them. I think that Notre Dame has a great roster, and I think Carson Beck is soft. So give me Notre Dame -2.5.
I don't know. I don't think it has a lot to do with Carson Beck. I just think that Notre Dame is going to run the ball down their throat. It's going to be hot. I think that they're going to end up wearing Miami down in the second half and kind of lean on them and have their will with them, or impose their will on them, excuse me. And also, too, yeah, you're correct there in that, despite that he's been in the head coaching game a lot longer, I trust Marcus Freeman more than I do Mario Chess Crystal Balls. Yep. He's every year this Crystal Balls. I mean, he's making some kind of coaching blunder. His in-game coaching is terrible.
It is. He doesn't understand.
Management, piss poor. Just dumb things there. And I'm not convinced that he's gotten away from it yet. So I don't trust him to win a big game like this. So give me Notre Dame.
All right, so the next game is the Kale Hall shitter. It is Temple at UMass. What? These are two shithole teams, Jackpot. Oh, God. I'm taking Temple because UMass is just terrible. Give me Temple -2.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Temple as well, but it's not because the UMass is terrible. They have a new coach there, Casey Keeler. He came up from Sam Houston. So their first year in FBS, they kind of struggled a little bit, but their second year, which was last year, he led them to 10 wins. He's also led them to they either won or played for the FCS national championship there at Sam Houston a couple of times. So the dude knows how to win. I think he's going to turn some things around at Temple. I think Temple boat races them. I don't think it's even close.
All right, we agree on that one. The next one is LSU at Clemson. Up at Clemson. Clemson is a 4-point favorite in this matchup. The more and more I look at it, people give Brian Kelly shit, but Brian Kelly is a good coach. I mean, he's not a bumblefuck. He's a good coach. LSU has good players on their roster. I don't know if Nussmeier's completely healthy. Talked about stuff with his knee and something with his I can't remember, something else is going on with him there. I think that it comes down to he's going to have to make passes, which is what he's supposed to do anyway, but he's going to have to do a lot on third down, and they're going to have to lean on their running game. I think the Clemson defensive line is going to blow them up a little bit. I'll take Clemson -4 points here.
Yeah, I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to roll with Clemson too. I just don't. I don't know what LSU is, and I don't know if I'm concerned they're not going to be able to run the ball effectively. Garrett Nussmeier doesn't really have any mobility anyway, whether he's injured or not. So he's not really going to be able to spread them out like that. And yeah, I'm trusting all these experts who tell me that Tom Allen's supposed to be the second coming of Christ, and he's going to have this defense totally fixed. Yeah, everybody's talking about Clemson and all this elite NFL talent they got everywhere. I mean, nobody was talking about how elite in NFL it was last year when it was giving up like 300 rushing yards to the Military Institute of South Carolina. I mean, and then they can tell me that this was Wesley Goodman all they want to, but at some point, I mean, talent comes into play there. They should have out-talented them and held them 100 yards rushing. So I don't see how that even happens. How you can even blame him for something like that. I mean, but that's I'm just rolling with that. They're playing at home. I think Cade Klovett's going to make more plays than Nussmeier, especially with him being a little banged up. He's probably more banged up than what they're letting on. So Brandon says 48-21. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm still going to
see that happening on any level. I don't see that. I think it may end up being like 21-10, something like that. I don't see a whole shit ton of points being scored here. I think both defenses.
That would surprise me. That would surprise me a lot.
I wouldn't be shocked either way, but I'm going to take Clemson -4. Okay. The next game that we have here, the final game, is Virginia Tech and South Carolina playing on a Sunday, Jackpot. Virginia Tech is getting 8 points. Of course, their team captain and starting inside linebacker decided, hey, I'm going to go and have some drinks. He was arrested for DWI, been stripped of his captaincy, but we haven't heard if he's going to be completely out or not, unless I've missed something.
Yeah, according to Brent Pry, that decision will come later in the week. So I mean, that tells me he's going to let him play.
Exactly. We're handling it internally, and we're going to let him play. That's what. Yeah,
he's probably not going to play when they play. I think they play Wofford in a couple of weeks.
Right. He'll suspend him for that game when they don't need him there. Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. But look,
He might need him against Wofford. They was pretty punchy little bunch last year in the first half against us. If they've improved more, they might fuck with them a little bit.
Anyway, they may have issues with the Terriers. We'll see. But I am in the camp of look, South Carolina has more talent than Virginia Tech has.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech, they got I think it's 30 new guys on the roster.
Yeah. How do you even have that many? How do you have that many players portal out? I mean, it was a ton. I talked about this in a video. I think they have some problems there. I mean, that's a lot of guys to leave your program.
So, with that, the easy pick here, in my opinion, is to go with South Carolina. I worry about Shane Beamer and his starts because they haven't been the best. But on the other hand, when it comes down to it, the things that South Carolina have issues with, which is the wide receiver room, getting their running backs seasoned up, their offensive line and things like that. I don't think those weaknesses will show against this Virginia Tech team that is essentially putting out a group of 5 roster as far as total talent's concerned. So
I don't. You're right. I don't think those problems are going to show themselves really, in all honesty, until about week 4 when you go out on the road to take on the Dork.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. We'll find out.
Or, let's not disrespect Vanderbilt. Could show up in week 3.
Fuck. You know what, Jackpot? Y'all are gonna beat the holy fuck out of Vanderbilt at home. I've looked at all the stuff.
But Diego's got it circled. He circled it, Rob.
I don't give a shit if he's got it circled or not. He's not going to throw balls to himself. He's not going to block for himself, and he's definitely not going to play defensive back.
Well, he damn well he would try.
I'm telling you right now, whatever the number is, I'm taking South Carolina at home. They will blow out Vanderbilt. It'll be
they're not at home.
Rose. I'm sorry. Is it? Yeah, it's at home. The home game for them. When they come to Columbia, I will.
You're talking about Vandy. Never mind.
Yeah. I'll take the bloom is going to come off the rose for Pavia, and he's going to wish that the courts didn't rule in his favor by that point because he's going to be beat to shit anyway.
Well, South Carolina fucked him up last year. He was ineffective in that game. I think he was a little banged up coming in, but I mean, we really did a number on him. Couldn't do anything.
Gamecock fans need to be it kills me because some Gamecock fans are all about, oh my God, Vanderbilt's going to be tough for us, but then they'll tell you 3 seconds later, but I think we can beat Alabama. I've seen that in some idiot that put out some stuff the other day. Oh, Vanderbilt's going to be really tough, but we're going to beat Alabama. What in the blue fuck is going on with your fan base, Jackpot? I do not know.
This Virginia Tech thing, my official pick is Gamecocks to cover. I don't know. I think that the people are putting. Excuse me. I think people are overthinking it. They're overthinking it. I mean, we're more talented than they are. We clearly got the better quarterback. I know that Drones has shown some flashes. He had a good year 2 years ago, but he really wasn't that great last year. And like I say, they've rebuilt their whole team with kind of a ragtag bunch of group of 5 people and lower level FCS people that did well there. But I mean, how are they going to mesh? And they have too many portal. You can have too many portal players, I feel like, unless you're like Lane Kiffin, who brought in all these high profile ones. Maybe that works, but these aren't high profile ones. I think people are just overthinking it too much. They're too scared. South Carolina lost some players on defense. They've got some good players to replace these guys. But my biggest concern with that deal is not having T-Rob there. I mean, you don't have your coach around for a whole week. People aren't talking enough about that and what kind of effect that's going to have.
Well, it could be a better effect. They could be more locked in and want to play hard for T-Rob too, Jackpot.
That's true.
I mean, I'm just saying the win one for the Gipper type thing going there. But look,
James says if VT wins, will you break your TV? No, I'm not. I'm breaking my TVs. That's just crazy.
But if you lost this game, Jackpot, it would be one of the more embarrassing opening losses in a long time.
This would be an awful loss. Somebody said something. Who was it? On the message boards, I kind of barked back at one of our fans who said something that this reminds me. This gives me the vibes of the 2023 North Carolina game. I said, okay, first of all, North Carolina was favored. Okay, second of all, there's not a Drake May or an O'Marion Hampton level player on this team's roster. Okay? Just chill out. Chill out.
That's what it should be. You know, if South Carolina fans want to be taken seriously, they should look at this game as like, look, we're just better than they are, and then go with it. So there's that.
Brandon says, Jackpot, remember 2008, Russell Wilson got his first college start when the Gamecocks beat NC State, the opener 31-Dick. Yes, I do. I remember one of our defensive backs picking off a pass in that game, and then he got down and did push-ups in celebration of that, which you'd probably get a flag for now. Rob, do you remember who it was that did that?
Repeat that again. I'm sorry. What?
In the 2008 South Carolina North Carolina State game, when South Carolina won 31-0 to open the season, and the Russell Wilson's first game ever with the Wolfpack, one of our defensive backs picked off one of his passes, and then he celebrated by getting down and doing push-ups real fast. Do you know who that was, sir?
Yeah, I remember. It wasn't Coach Simpson, was it?
No, I think he was before that.
I don't know why I'm thinking Coach Simpson, but who is it, sir?
A young man named Captain Munnerlyn.
Yes, Captain Munnerlyn. Yeah. All right. Anyway, South Carolina.
Household name.
South Carolina should win. We're going to take calls in just a minute. Jackpot, Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. We have a fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, tell us a story, sir.
Okay, the season starts this week, and I am still here supporting this shithole of a team. We open with Virginia Tech. This is a program that is much better than our shithole will ever be. They were a national finalist, have 11 conference titles and 6 division titles. They also have the Hokie bird for a mascot, which would kick the shit out of the diseased rooster we have. Virginia Tech also has a winning record against the ACC. Our shithole does not. It sucks to be a Gamecock. I should be a Tiger.
There you go. From Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport.
You know, somebody actually got mad at me here a while back. I think it was last week or week before. Whenever I started back doing those, I can't believe, that you would say that. Just kidding. I'm like, dude, calm down. Calm down. I have to
Lots
do
of people getting their asses in slings. By the way, we have some things that are open for sponsorship, including the Bookcase of Accountability, Jackpot's live streams on the weekend. You can sponsor those. The Bookcase of Accountability. What else? There was one other thing that I cannot remember, but definitely those two things you can sponsor if you want to sponsor the show. Feel free to reach out to me, rosanders1979@gmail.com.
Now we got some action tomorrow night. What do you think?
We'll get into that. Yeah, I'm pulling up those games right now. I think we picked those games already, but we can run through them again. Let's see here. So,
Joelish, thank you for the super chat, sir. It says, don't stress over the ACC. South Carolina used to be a member.
All right, here we go, jackpot.
We did. We ran it at one point, but especially back in '69.
Yeah, but you have a losing record when you were in conference. Anyway, this is 5:30 tomorrow. You've got a game that people are calling maybe the big like the big group of 5 bowl to start the season. Number 25, Boise State and South Florida. Boise State is a 5.5-point favorite off of the blue turf, sir.
Yeah, is this gonna be the first big signature win for Alex Golish as the head coach at USF?
Yeah. I don't know.
I will tell you this. I picked the over in that game, and I went ahead and bet it. Just based off last year, what happened with Boise State when they opened on the road at Georgia Southern. It was on a Thursday, and it was like 100 degrees. They won, I want to say it was 56-47, 56-45, something like that. These defenses get tired in this heat, and they're going to have some heat like that at Raymond James Stadium too. And neither one of these teams, I don't think they're second string and that's got all the quality depth that you would have. I'm not saying they're terrible teams, but like a team like Ohio State or Texas or something like that could roll out a second and third string and really not feel a whole lot of a pinch there with the depth. The teams like that don't have depth, and they'll give up some points. And I think that's what happens tomorrow. The total is like 60. Well, hell, last year Boise State and Georgia Southern went like 110.
Yeah.
And South Florida can put up some points too. So
I agree. I'm still going to roll with Boise State there. East Carolina and NC State. North Carolina State's a 14.5-point favorite. Give me the Pirates and the points.
Yeah, that's a little bit much. I think that game will probably go over too, because East Carolina was putting some points up last year when they made the coaching change after in the midseason. And North Carolina State, I like their quarterback. I think he came in. I think his first start was the Clemson game last year, and he held on to that job too.
Plenty of games.
I think they may surprise and be a little bit better this year in ACC play. And by better, I mean they may be like an 8-win team instead of a 6. What they are, like 6-6.
You've got on Friday night a couple of show me games, in my opinion. Auburn's Baylor. Auburn's a 2.5-point favorite. Some Auburn fan, some Auburn, I don't know, it was some piece of content I was watching earlier was like, why would anybody pick Baylor to beat Auburn? And then they're like, Baylor hasn't done anything in a long time. I'm like, what have you been watching, sir? The hell's wrong with you? Auburn is a spoiled ass fan base. I'm going to take Baylor and get the points at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Auburn in that game. I think their lines of scrimmage, I think they're just going to be a little bit too much for Baylor. I think a little bit more overall team talent than Baylor does, and I could be totally wrong. I mean, it's a road game. I don't know how intimidating of a road environment McLean Stadium down in Waco, Texas is. I think going to Waco, the thing that would be most intimidating about that, if you were around back in my days, is thinking about the David Koresh and the compound they were running down there. That was scary.
Yeah.
That's some weird shit.
The last game that we'll mention here before we take some calls is Georgia Tech and Colorado. Georgia Tech is a 4.5-point favorite. Colorado lost the Heisman Trophy winner, and regardless of what you think of him, a great quarterback for their system in Shadur Sanders. I still think they got issues on the offensive line. Jackpot will tell you their running back now suits up for South Carolina. All of that, too many changes for Colorado. Give me Tech minus 4.5.
I'd stay away from that one, but I'm gonna tell you, if I was on it, I would jump on Colorado just because everybody is picking Georgia Tech. I mean, literally everybody. It just gives me vibes like, well, not vibe, not that because it's two different teams and it's a totally different dynamic, but it just gives me vibes like that UNLV thing did last week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everybody is on Georgia Tech.
Right.
I don't think they're taking into account the altitude they're going to have to change with, which I understood from Rec Talk that they did go out a couple of days early, or like earlier than they normally would go out for a road game to try to get accustomed to it. But I mean, it is a thing. So I don't know how that's going to affect them. And I don't know enough about Colorado's other pieces yet to make that call, but
Junkyard Dog has a good point here, Jackpot.
That's why I wouldn't bet it because I don't know enough about Colorado yet. I usually with my betting, I usually try to go kind of light the first few weeks of the year. I mean, of course, you want to jump in there and just bet everything because it's fun, but you got to kind of be smart, kind of lay back and kind of analyze things a little bit, where you can start to see some trends for the season. What do you say, Junkyard Dog?
He says, I mean, everyone is picking Bama. Would you pick FSU for the same reason?
I thought about it, but I don't know. I just don't see an angle where they stay competitive. I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they would just seems like they would have to be significantly better than last year.
No, I don't think so. I think that no, I don't know on that front. It's hard for me to pick Colorado with what they had going for them as far as protecting the quarterback, and they lost so many of those good wide receivers that they had too, in addition to Sanders and the Heisman Trophy winner. So I don't
Brandon
know.
Coon brings up a great point. I don't know if anybody's if they even realize this. This is the battle of the 1990 national co-champions, Rob.
It's true. Octavian, welcome to the program, sir.
I'm gonna make my picks here tonight for this weekend. So didn't you say you said Florida State, Alabama? I pick Alabama, of course. Alabama Roll Tide.
Octavian, did you enter the contest, sir?
I should have.
You can still enter the contest, sir.
Well, I need to do that, sir.
How is it that you come on this show every week, but you don't enter the contest?
I should enter the contest. I'll give up my $20.
You need to lift up that couch cushion where you're playing NCAA video games every week and pull together enough money to enter the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, sir. That way we can have record of how good you are at picking games.
You got to send me a PayPal, a Venmo, or a Cash App $20. It's in the description of the video. Did you put it in the description, Rob?
I believe I did. If not, Octavian, you're friends with me on Facebook. Just send me a message on Facebook. We need to get you in the competition here.
Yeah, I need to get in the competition because
do you not like money, sir? I mean, you're so crazy about your picks. You should be in the contest.
I should. I think I'll do.
Well, are you gonna enter? You're gonna enter, right? I'm not gonna have to shame you on our next show, am I?
I'm not gonna shame us in the next show.
Okay, well then you got to get your shit together. Joe Lish, Bama's going to do unholy things to FSU. Thank you. Walk it off sports. If Octavian enters it, I'll pay his entry fee. So now you have no excuse.
Now you're getting a free entry into the contest.
Walk it off sports says he's going to pay for you to enter, but you got to promise to enter every week, which means
we'll
put
do
your picks in every week.
We will do that.
All right, I'm going to send you the pick form right now on Facebook, so there will be absolutely no discretion. I mean, you have to get into the picks. So
I'm telling you, I'm going to win every week here, sir. I'm going to have some upsets on there.
You obviously don't understand the competition, sir. It's all through the year. It's a yearly thing.
Oh
okay?
yeah, I'm going to be a groove at this, man. I'm going to be a groove.
I
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
I'm just.
By the way, if anybody falls behind Octavian in picks, we're gonna laugh at you. It's gonna be. We are really
I
gonna
got
laugh.
something from Mr. Carolina Jackpot here, man.
Sure.
If you lose this game Saturday, sir, or Sunday, I should say, you're going to be on the first version of Octavian's Clown of the Week.
Well,
What?
You're gonna be on the first version. I'm gonna do a new segment every week for the clowns of the week.
Okay, but Octavian.
if we lose to them, I deserve to be the clown of the week.
Yeah, but Octavian, where are you putting out your clown of the week at, man?
It's gonna be either on Twitter. It's either gonna be on Twitter, or it's gonna be on, or it's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be on Twitter, or YouTube.
So Octavian, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. I mean, are you streaming from the Friars?
I should be screaming from the Friars. I should be. And
you should be. That's your answer for everything. I should be. Should be.
All right, so
I'm tired of those Tennessee fans. Yeah, I know Jackpot. I know you get tired of those Tennessee fans. They lose to the Fruit right this weekend, right?
Yeah, they're playing the Fruit. They're playing Fruit Saturday, but nobody's going to be watching it because everybody's going to be watching Texas and Ohio State.
I want everybody in the group in the chat room here to see this. I have sent Octavian the link. If you look right here, where is it? Oh, there it is. As you can see, it's right there. I sent it to him.
I'm going to do it.
He has to go. He has no choice. Just go and click and get in. There you go. All right. Anyway, go ahead, Octavian. Tell us how Tennessee's going to lose to Syracuse. This will be great.
Man, this is going to be great this is going to be a great segment for your show here, because they say big game Joey Aguilar is going to absolutely destroy the Fruit. And I'm just curious, what the fuck have they been watching? What have they been? I'm with Peckerhead because that was my.
No, maybe they're looking at it from the perspective of Tennessee's got I think 3 offensive linemen that are projected to be, NFL draft picks. Maybe that's part of it.
Who is he throwing?
Hey, well, Dow Loggins told him kick rocks. I don't need you.
If App State tells you to get the fuck out of Boone, North Carolina, what the fuck is he going to do in Knoxville, Tennessee, when those fans get absolutely upset and bar him when they lose to Syracuse Saturday afternoon?
I wanted to add this in about App State. I don't think it would have really been a money thing. I priced out because I wanted to go to one of their games thinking it was cheap. They look like a damn SEC schedule. I don't think they had a game below $100. Maybe they had one at like 50, but most of them
have such a small stadium.
It was so expensive. I was like, hell no, I'm not going there.
They got the best small stadium in America.
All right, Joe Licious there. Here's the link so you can enter the contest. It's right there. By the way, their stadium it's like half of it's built into the side of a mountain up there at
App State. Absolutely gorgeous.
Kid Brewer Stadium.
Right.
Have y'all been to that stadium?
I can't remember how many people can fit in there, but it gets loud as hell. You're in a hole.
25,000, but it can overflow and it can hold well over 30 because they can just stand everywhere.
Wow,
crazy.
Jackpot, I have an update. Jackpot, Stanford. I put my resume for Stanford's head coaching position. They have got the resume. They've got the resume.
They did get it. Why did they sign a receipt or something? So
they should be contacting me in a couple of days. If I take over this football team, I'm going to make sure that everybody that I'm friends with on this YouTube platform gets free season tickets because I want them to succeed.
Well, make sure you answer your phone.
He is a man of the people.
From a San Francisco area code, it's probably them.
You're going to get a call straight from Andrew Luck. You better fucking
Because
Octavian,
or at the drive-through when luck
I'm
calls,
not
you
going
take
to
it.
Stanford to watch a game. So
no, you
When
can
luck
come.
calls, you
We
take
get,
it.
listen, I said season tickets. If they come to Clemson, you'll get in the luxury suites,
You're-
man. We
In the
put you
luxury
back there.
suite.
oh wow, I'm not necessarily thinking that that's going to be worth it there, sir. I mean, I'm not going to. In fact, I venture to say I'm looking. I'm going to check out Stanford's schedule here.
I bet you
I
go for
watched
less than
the game.
$13.
Well, I watched their game the other night with
That
Hawaii.
quarterback made me want to choke him through the screen, man.
He reminded me of DJ Lagway a little bit.
Oh, he's worse. He's worse than John Brentley, and John
Oh.
Brentley used to give me the heebie-jeebies.
The EBG.
Who are you
Here-
talking about?
He said
I'm
John
trying-
Brantley.
Now, look, when you look at their schedule, if you had to pick a game, here are the games that they have. They're on the road at BYU. I'm not even remotely dreaming of doing that.
Wow,
Boston College at home, at Virginia,
Jesus.
home game with San Jose State. They
Oh.
play at SMU, home game with Florida State. They play at Miami, home game with Pitt, at North Carolina, home game with Cal, home game with Notre Dame.
Wow.
They are going
They're
to go
losing-
0-12.
Yeah, they're losing to San
They
Jose
might
State.
be- they
I
won't
will
beat
be-
Cal.
If you Stanford's AD, please give me a call. I would love to take over this
Can
program.
you imagine what Notre Dame is going to do to them? Oh, God.
No, Notre Dame's going to rest all their guys and win like 28-7, and then
Yeah.
take 2 weeks off before they have to think about a playoff game.
My God.
My God,
Yeah, it's
Stanford,
going
man.
to be a shithole. I mean,
They just look like Saturday night. That game looked like two high schools. I mean, no, it was just comical.
I'll tell you what. If I be the coach of Stanford, our first hire is going to be Art Bars. We need an offense. I don't give a care if we cause NCAA probation.
so you're okay with raping as long as you score points, is what you're saying?
We're gonna score. No, he's gonna be on the leash. Gonna have to tell him to control his pants down there, and then we're going to
He
you know,
wasn't doing the raping at Baylor. He was just okay with his players raping.
Well, we're gonna keep him away from their
Everybody
activities.
notice how he
We're
just
gonna
blew
worry
that.
about the football.
Well. Come on, Octavian, do better.
You remember the Baylor basketball coach from about 20 years ago, Dave Bliss? They
Dave
tried
Bliss?
to cover up a murder.
Yeah, tried to cover up a murder. So,
Took somebody out in the desert and just left them for dead. Or
Sports Talk with Tom Bailey. There's the link. Go enter. Send jackpot $20. Join the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge.
Tom Bailey, man, you better bring your ass down here to Tallahassee, Florida, man. We need all the Bama fans to come down here and to kick FSU's ass, man.
Joe Lish with the super chat. No UGA South Carolina game feels weird this year. As a Tech fan, I root for y'all over the Dogs any day. Okay, terrific.
thank you.
Yeah, I got something up for the bookcase. Go ahead and throw it up there.
All right. Well, hold on. Peckerhead says Clemson loses to a North Carolina school.
Wow.
I will add
Bookcase,
that to the bookcase
it's
of
happening.
capability.
I'm thinking Duke.
So it's either UNC or Duke. Is that all? Are those the only ones they play?
Yeah,
Mhm. Sure.
I have one question, sir. I have one question.
UNC or Duke.
Who? Yeah, it's got to be Duke. I got one question. Who do Ole Miss play the first week of the season?
Who
Well,
they
we
play
know they
what?
don't play Long Beach.
They play Georgia State Saturday.
Wow, that might be an upset now, guys. Now remember,
That could be.
Their name's not Tennessee. They don't lose to Georgia State.
they beat Tennessee week 1 in 2019.
Yeah, that was when they had Sean Elliott for the coach.
Now they got
And they had
the
Marcus
running back
Carroll, I
coach
think,
from
too, right?
Georgia.
I think they had a couple of 4-star running backs in the transfer portal. And they had Marcus
think they
Carroll. And
did.
then someone who
They
went
did
to-
beat Vanderbilt.
All right. Well,
last
Octavian.
week. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You there?
Okay.
It's
I'm
kind
here.
of like lagging a little bit.
All right. Well, Octavian, we got to move on, buddy.
Well, go Gators and
Yeah, it's a little
fuck
loud to
Tennessee.
see. Octavian, we got to move on, buddy. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Octavian getting backed up for his Florida Gators as they play Long Island this
Long
weekend.
Island. It's a pity. Listen, and
Honey,
I
are
do.
you aware Long Island has a college and they're going to play Florida this
Some
weekend?
guy named Vito is going to hit DJ Lagway in a place he doesn't need to be hit.
The wife says Long Island makes amazing tea. Very good, honey. Very good.
Long Island does make amazing tea. You know, believe it or not, they've got over double the student body as Vanderbilt, though. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Well, yeah, well, they're.
I'm not surprised. It's a pretty populated part of the country there.
Clemson is losing to Wake Forest in the ACC championship game, says Joe Lish. And I appreciate the super chat, but that's not happening.
Yeah, I don't foresee that. But I think Duke comes up and bites you in the ass. I think Mensa is going to be a good quarterback.
We shall see.
That would be so hilarious.
What they say about him at ACC Media Day? Did you get any all ACC?
Yeah, he was. There's talk about he's great, and there was also. I talked to a couple of the North Carolina folks, and they were like, they can't believe they put up that much NIL money for him.
For Duke?
Yeah, for Duke. The North Carolina folks were telling me that.
They tried to get Sellers. They tried to get Sellers. He turned down the bag.
Really try to get Sellers. I mean, I'm not saying Sellers isn't worth it. I'm just saying, it's hard for me to believe that Duke would put that much money into football because I see them like Kentucky basketball.
I'm pretty sure it was confirmed. I could be wrong. I read it on multiple sources. That was Duke.
Well, it's just crazy that they're dumping all that money into one player. But they're not. I mean, you don't see them like building the roster up with.
Well, did they not get any other good transfers?
I don't know what.
Surely they did. Let me.
I know they lost their running back to Tennessee.
Look, let's just be honest about something for a second here. If you are a football player that is trying to make it to the NFL, okay, and that is your end goal, you want to make it to the NFL. And you have the opportunity that you can go to, I don't know, pick a school, West Virginia, Ohio State, any school like that, and then you have Duke, and then you go to Duke. Unless there's an absurd amount of NIL money, I can't see why any player would want to do that. It doesn't make
that's
sense.
How they got Malik Murphy, wasn't that his name? Yeah, Malik Murphy, out of Texas. I mean, they threw a bag at him. Maybe they're just going. I mean, surely, because I just looked through the rest of their training of what I mentioned. So yeah, maybe that's just what they're going for, is trying to get a good quarterback, see if he can win you some games you don't deserve to win.
See where that's going to happen. Joe Lish is not going to lie. I want Georgia Tech to beat Clemson week 3 so bad. Well, it's fine.
I think we all want Georgia Tech to be. I think anyone who plays Clemson, we all want them to win that week. If I'm just speaking for the chat here, but realistically, Virginia Tech, they're getting their ass whooped. Brent Pry looked like a borderline alcoholic in that press conference. He looked like he had a fucking pack of Marlboro Reds in his pocket, and he hadn't slept in a week getting ready for that game.
I've already made my pick and think that South Carolina is going to win, but maybe he's trying to go with this last cowboy mentality of like, you know what? Fuck everybody but us. Nobody's giving us a shot in hell, but they may beat us 99 times out of 100, but not this time. Maybe that's the message he's trying to put with his team.
No, that's not the kind of vibe I got from him. I got the vibe from him that he feels like he's on the way out. I don't think he can play this game.
He kind of looked like Steve Sarkisian when Sarkisian was a drunk ass at Southern Cal. That's kind of how he looked. Sarkisian used to come in drunk to his press conferences. That's kind of how Pry looked. I don't know.
Does anybody have
slept in a week?
Any footage of him drunk at a press conference?
Who?
Sarkisian.
At Southern Cal, yeah, there was rumors that he was drunk at some of his press conferences.
Oh God!
Damn.
I knew he was. I knew he was.
Well, there's also,
was he not? Was he at Washington before he was at Southern Cal?
I believe so, but here's the other thing.
There too.
Someone said Tom Bailey can come on the stream. There's the damn. I mean, I'll put the link out here for him. Anyway, no, there have been several recruits and several reports out there talking about, hey, you can go play for Sarkisian at Texas, but he may fall off the wagon.
Well, and that's what Brent Pry. He's a walk-in zombie. He knows this is his last time's up. I mean, the dude's got to play 2 SEC teams. I think I want to say they haven't won an out-of-conference Power 4 game. I think I heard on one of their because I've been listening to a couple of their podcasts. I think they said since 2018 they haven't won a Power 4 out-of-conference game, including bowl games.
Alexander says Dana Holgerson always looked like he just left the bar before games. That's because he had a skullet. He was rocking the skullet. Tom, welcome to the program, sir.
All right, good evening, guys. On the Political Cowboy Chad Prather podcast, he did a story that a professor at the University of Tennessee canceled a class today because he read on social media that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged, and the news was so overwhelming that the professor had to cancel the class at the University of Tennessee. Go look it up on Chad Prather Political Cowboy page if you don't believe me.
Well, hey, nobody's questioning you, sir. I mean, you're just a beacon of light, sir. Why would we question you?
But yeah, I mean, it's just jackpot out. But it's just question, I mean, it just shows you how ignorant Tennessee is.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're burning down trailer parks and everything, right? If they lose a game, they're not doing that.
No, they just burned down Gatlinburg like they did a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Alabama loses to South Carolina this year, sir. Are you going to cheer for Ohio State again?
No, sir. I've got back right. I'm on my medication now, so no more being mean to Rob. No more.
I do have an honest question.
I don't care.
Oh, go ahead.
Did you poison those trees?
Oh no! Listen, they were just trees. I mean, it's crazy that they was going to give Harvey Updike
poison the trees. That's the name of the gentleman that did that.
Yeah, and they was looking at giving the man 10 years in jail.
Oh shit!
There's people out there that do terrible things to kids and only get a year in jail or probation, and we're going to give a man 10 years in jail for
that's brutal.
Killing trees.
Rob, what did the guy who broke the rock get? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Somebody needs to do a deep dive on him and find out what happened to him.
On Harvey Updike?
No, the kid that broke the rock. Remember the kid that broke the rock about 15 years ago?
I don't know.
You know, that's he talked about as much as the trees getting poisoned. I guess the only reason it's not is because it turned out to be a Clemson fan. But
well, no, I like the thing with the trees though. I mean, he injected each tree with this tree killing thing, and then was like, "Fuck you," and went on a show and talked about it. I mean, it was
he went on Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah, he went on Paul Feinbaum. They did a whole documentary on it. They asked him, and he was like, "We chased the IP address."
I don't know. I just wondered, since we have one Alabama fan on the show here, are you guys really going to be pissed with DeBoer if he goes like 10-2 this season?
No, I think 10-2 in this climate of the SEC, 10-2 is probably pretty good in this day and age.
Playoffs
and college football, it gets you into the playoffs. No, 10-2 would. I mean, that's pretty much the going rate for a good season because Ohio State, your national champion, went 10-2 in the regular season. So yeah, Clemson went 10-2.
10-2, but you have a loss to Auburn
and Carolina.
Well, we lost 2017. Alabama lost to Auburn and won the title. I mean, we could lose to Auburn. It's down there in Auburn. I don't see it happen. Now, Carolina, if we're undefeated going into that Carolina game, it's very dangerous for Alabama.
Yeah, is that what on your schedule? What game do you really want to win outside of their rivals? Is it Carolina?
Well, obviously the rivals. No, not really. I mean, I respect Carolina. Hey, Carolina, y'all got one of the best fans in the SEC because years. I mean, y'all literally be white towels jamming out the Sandstorm. In 2 and 10 years, man, your fan base is probably one of the greatest fan bases in the SEC, and probably the most loyal fan base. I mean, the enthusiasm of the South Carolina fans through the years is. I don't see how you guys do it. I mean, I lose my crap over a 10-2 year, and man, y'all have had some years. I mean, I don't see how a man like Jackpot made it through the '99 season, man. I wish we would have had the live stream, but.
You don't choose it, you're born into it. Yeah, you don't choose it, you're born into it. All the ones who chose it are now Clemson fans.
Tom,
well, I got a
little hiatus for about 4 or 5 years.
Can I say something nice about Tom before we start the season and he calls back and threatens to blow my head off like he did last year?
No, that won't ever happen. I'm a new man. I'm a new man now. I'm a new man now. When brother Jimmy Swagger, when Brother Jimmy Swagger died, I went back and watched his sermons. I got under conviction. I feel bad for what I said to Rob. I want to ask Rob for his forgiveness because that was wrong with me, and I should have never did that. I feel bad. I got under conviction, and
you need to ask the Lord for His forgiveness.
I've already did that. Okay. Jackpot. But I do have a question for Rob. Last year, Rob,
I was gonna say something nice about you, sir. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say it's nice that you got good watching Jimmy Swaggart. Jimmy Swaggart, who was caught in a scandal being photographed
30 years
in New Orleans.
30 years ago. Over 30 years ago.
Of the whores. That's okay. But also
it's New Orleans, Rob.
You are balanced out on your medicine and you're not making crazy ass comments. So, good luck to Alabama this season, sir.
Let me ask the question. You said last year when LSU beat South Carolina and Mr. Jackpot was complaining about the officials, and you say he couldn't blame the officials. So if LSU beats Clemson, but it's a total Montreal Earl Hefner screw job by the officials,
right?
Are you going to stick to your guns and say the Clemson fans can't blame the officials?
Absolutely. And you know why? Just to motherfuck these Gamecock fans.
That's
you.
So if he knows he's wrong.
The officials don't determine the game.
That's what that is, Tom. Let me
Both
decode.
officials have it. And I've always felt that way. You should never let yourself get into a position where the officials can dictate the outcome. South Carolina was up 17 points in that game and shouldn't have lost.
Right. And will say this. I have a lot of respect for Dabo and his good moral belief. I respect what he's doing by not, trying to use the transit. He's still trying to do it the old school and the right way, and you got to respect that.
That's right. You need to tell Jackpot that, sir. And be respectful of Dabo. Exactly.
Tom.
What?
No,
Peckerhead, I will not have you.
Tom.
Peckerhead, I will not have you.
That he puts out in the media.
He found Jesus and got on his meds. He will not be turned by you, sir.
Hey, look up his brother, Tom. That'll change your opinion.
You can't listen. We all got people in our families that we disown, that we don't want to associate with. You can't control who your family is. I mean, it's terrible that his brother did that. His brother should that when you harm a child like that, you're the sorriest human being on the face of the earth, and
that's right.
You don't deserve to live no more.
Crazy Tom Bailey needs to come back to deal with the pedophiles. I agree, sir.
Yes,
like Punisher.
Yeah, so I mean that's I got and you can't control what your family does. I mean, like I said, we've all got people in our family that's that does things we don't agree with or we would never do, and we can't. I don't want people judging me by the actions of some of the people in my family.
Hey, but I don't coach a college that has a heated rivalry either, Tom. I mean, that's
all right.
That's fuel for the fire, whether we like it or not. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Sir, can you give us your prediction for the Florida State game before we get
I think Alabama wins. I think Florida State will be improved. 35-17.
All right. Hey, Tom, thanks for
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. God
Yes.
bless.
I think he scored
SO
more.
says Bluff Road smells like flop sweat and fried cheese.
What is flop sweat?
I don't know. Well, you know.
It sounds pretty fucking funny to me.
I mean, look at the fan base that came up with it. That tells you about all you need to know.
Matt says, what was Rob going to say nice about Tom Bailey? I said it was nice that he found Jesus, got his meds, and I hope that Alabama had a good season. That's some nice things to say.
Well, I did want to bring something up.
Remember, he was talking about Nazis and that kind of shit last year on the show.
He was hilarious last year. I hope we get a little bit more of that. I think he's setting us
Told
up.
me he was going to blow my fucking head off.
Yeah.
Remember
I
that?
think he's setting
Yeah,
us
he
up
was pushing the boundaries.
He was. He really was.
Pushing the
He's a
boundaries.
trucker
You can't
too,
do
isn't he?
that.
I swear he's a trucker. I think he call
He is a
in
trucker.
from his rig one time.
Called him from his rig, yeah. He said all that shit because I just asked him what he was hauling. Fuck you, Rob. I'll blow your fucking head off. Jesus, man. Calm down. I just want to know what you had in the back of the truck. What you hauling, brother? That's all I wanted to know.
Hey, well,
All right,
I wanted to say this because I've been
brother.
seeing. I don't know if y'all have been seeing this or not. Have you been seeing the Lenora Sellers is just Anthony Richardson comparisons?
That's not a fair thing because
Yeah,
well,
some
I-
anonymous SEC coach said
Yeah.
that.
Anonymous SEC. I've seen it on Instagram too. Did you read the rest of that article where they compared the stats, Kale? Because I'd like to read some of these, if that's all right with y'all.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So rushing numbers relatively similar. However, Richardson completed 53.8% of his passes in his final year, compared to 65.6 for Sellers. I mean, do I need to go further than that? I can. Richardson only threw for 300 yards in 2 games in his entire career. Both were Florida losses. Sellers did so twice just last year, and South Carolina won both the games. Richardson only won one SEC game in which he threw for more than 200 yards. Sellers accomplished that feat 4 times last season and was on his way to doing so a 5th and a 6th time, but dealt with injuries in 2 contests. I mean, the comparison.
Do we
casual
have
at
this
best.
on authority that SEC coach actually wrote or said this, or do you think
Well,
somebody?
I
just
think it's
made
got
that
Eli
up?
Drink written all over it. It sounded like a Drinkowitz quote.
I
Did you
mean,
read
yeah,
what
but it
said?
says something like he reminds me of Anthony. I mean, it just doesn't seem like something a
Yeah,
coach.
it says, I can't get behind the Lenore Sellers hype. He reminds me of Anthony Richardson. And then he said, physically, he's a freak, but is he a great quarterback? I mean, I think it's Drink. If it's anybody, I think it's Drink. That sounds like a nerdy-ass Drink comment.
Well,
And
anyway,
he's scared to put his fucking name
Lenore
behind it.
went down the field and drug his nuts all over his face last year. I mean,
Exactly.
you think it'd been somebody that hadn't played? I bet. What if it's somebody like off the wall? You would like Sam Pittman.
what
Well,
if it
and
was
by the way,
it
accounting
was the Vandy coach?
Yeah, it might have been
No,
Clark
he
Lee.
wasn't-
That,
no,
that,
he's
that,
not
that looks like something down Clark Lee had come up with.
You think so?
No, he's
I've
always
heard
out
him
there
talk.
causing
He doesn't
trouble.
talk like
Talking
that.
about off the wall, folks. Ryan is correct. Tom did say that he hoped I got AIDS last year. He did. Tom was on.
You know, Clark Lee like approached me as somebody like that would be boring and he's not he's probably straight laced and there's a lot of no nonsense there. But on that SEC, the Any Given Saturday documentary, when he's there with them in the little amphitheater room, all of the players there in their little players meeting area, when he was done with the meeting, he's like, now. He's like, it's time for you to remember who the fuck you are. And I'm like, whoa, shit. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that from Clark Lee. He's like pretty soft.
He dominates him in every stat. Clark Lee, by the way, I didn't see that. I haven't finished SEC. I haven't finished that yet, but I need to get around to it.
What if it was John Hopeful?
I don't understand why he would say that, though, considering we don't play him. I figured it'd be somebody on our schedule.
What if,
What if it was Kirby?
what if it was Venables?
I mean, Kirby.
Steve Venables fucking.
I can't get behind the Lenore Sellers hype, guys. I mean, he reminds me of Anthony Richardson. Looks good coming in off school bus, but other than that, not locked out there.
It could have been Kirby, but that again, we
Maybe
don't
those
play it,
Stetson
so I don't
Bennett.
know why you would
Yeah.
say that. I think it's Drink. That's my theory. I think it's Drink. I don't think Stoops would say. I mean, Stoops surely learned his lesson about popping his mouth off about the Gamecocks. Hell, maybe it is him, and he just didn't want to put his name behind it this time because he had to eat a bunch of fucking crow the past couple times. He said some shit. What he talked about sunglasses and a stupid hat, and then he said some other dumb stuff, didn't he?
Well, you didn't mention Lane Kiffin either.
Lane Kiffin would be like that. That one's like, you would just expect
I
that.
don't think Lane Kiffin would be dunking on him. Lane Kiffin would
He
probably
put
be
his
trying to
name
figure out a
behind
way to go get it.
Lane would put his name behind it if he said. I mean, we're talking about the guy who took a picture of the golf cart on our campus and posted it on Twitter. I think Lane would put his name behind it. I think Drink's enough of a weasel to do it. Maybe it was Stoops, but
wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if it were the Florida coach? He looks like a damn glorified hobbit. Maybe he found somebody. He's like just wanting to just snap.
Yeah, but
off
why would he be
Why would he
trashing
besmirch
Anthony
Anthony
Richardson when he
then?
played for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jackpot.
And by the way, Anthony Richardson, 4th overall pick, and Sellers dominates him and pretty much every.
He's
statistic
probably Sunbelt Billy's
in his
claim
first
to fame.
year. I mean, I don't think sometimes we appreciate how high of a ceiling this quarterback we have is, and he's got to prove it. But damn it, we're not in the Connor Shaw days anymore, baby. I'm just gonna say that.
I always keep my fingers crossed so he doesn't get hurt.
I'm sorry, but
We're
I
not in
can't
the Connor
believe
Shaw
I
days, bro.
cannot believe Jackpot is not fucking wringing your neck for that. Connor Shaw is the best fucking quarterback you've ever had. Sellers couldn't hold his nut.
Till now.
Fuck off.
Till
One
now.
season, you think he's better than the guy who fucking had
No,
all
I think he
those
has the
great
potential.
seasons?
I think he has the potential.
You
He
can
hasn't
have
done it yet.
potential.
He needs one more good year.
Go Google Tony Kitchens, sir. There's your
I
homework
don't need to
assignment.
Google Tony Kitchens.
Do you know who Tony Kitchens is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then you should Google him. But I'll give you the revised version of this. Tony Kitchens was a 7'2" center that played for North Augusta High School, was considered one of the best players in the country, went to South Carolina, and the guy decided to go on the Carolina Jackpot Rob Sanders diet and eat like 8 Big Macs a day and ate himself out of being an NBA player. He was that good. So potentially he was that good. And in the end,
Look at you big dummy. You done aced yourself
people did
out.
that just happened to Desmond Watson too. He just got cut.
yeah,
Didn't even get to practice.
he couldn't hold Carlos Powell's nuts or who was the other? Who was your quarterback that was so great? Or your the point guard that was so great? He couldn't hold his nuts either, but he had the
BJ
potential. Yeah, BJ Mackey, all those guys. You should Google all those guys.
BJ Mackey's playing in I just saw a video of him the other day. He's playing in God, where was it? It's overseas somewhere. But
he's retired. He's coaching now. BJ Mackey's coaching.
It was it might have been somebody else. I'll look it up. I think it was somebody. Maybe we had somebody recently with the last name Mackey. Played center.
Maybe his son Justin.
Could have been, but there's some Mackey. He was playing overseas somewhere. I think it might have been Canada.
I don't know. I'm just
But
saying.
regardless, that's outside of the point. To
I'm
say
not gonna
some,
let you come on here and bash Connor Shaw.
no, I'm not.
This
It's not a
quarterback-
bash. How is it bashing Connor Shaw to say someone who
Connor
is
Shaw
a?
era. You got every
Can you
time
let me
Connor
please-
Shaw
can you let
comes
me get my
around, you gotta
case?
just say, "Hey, he was great."
Can you let me get my case? I'd
Sure.
love to get my case. As good as Connor Shaw was, he was never perceived nationally as one of the great quarterbacks playing in his era. Lenore Sellers is currently being perceived as one of the great quarterbacks in his era. He still has to prove it, but if he lives up to what the ceiling is, he will most certainly overtake Connor Shaw as the greatest quarterback to play at the University of South Carolina. I don't think that's an insane statement at all. I mean, hell, if anyone has the chance to do it at all, would you not say Sellers is the best option? I mean, come
He's
on.
not going to be there long enough to do it.
Oh yeah, he'll be there another year. He'll be there in a year. I think we're not gonna have the run we want. We might be one game short of the playoffs again. If we make the playoffs, I think we probably lose week 1. He's gonna come back with something to prove. I think Jalen Kilgore also can come back as well. He's one that I don't think will come back.
No.
Harbor will definitely come back. Thinking DQ Smith. I don't know how old he is. I mean, that's a young team right now. There's a lot to come back for. I think Jalen Kilgore is probably going to be the biggest piece we lose next year. I don't think Sellers leaves unless we have a tremendous year, which if we have a tremendous year, in my opinion, that's maybe 2 rounds into the playoffs, 3 rounds into the playoffs. I think he's overtaken Connor Shaw just in that.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion. What do you think, Kale?
All right. Well,
I think if he takes South Carolina into the playoffs that deep, he'll have his own statue.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's that far-fetched. And certainly the pieces are there to do it. I think we go out and beat the hell out of Virginia Tech. I don't think it's going to be a respect thing where if we're the better team, he takes the foot off the gas. I strongly believe he was trying to get hired by them at some point. He was in contact with them to get hired. I've seen that all over Virginia Tech fan pages talking about they should have hired him. This, that, and the other.
I mean, when would that have been? I mean,
it would have probably been 2019 when that coach was doing fucking terrible, and they brought him back for another year just to fire him.
Oh,
Justin Fuente.
Yeah, it was probably 2019. He was in contact with them trying to get that job. But I don't understand why Virginia Tech fans would be so adamant on they should have hired him if it wasn't the case that he was pursuing the job. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't have had a chance to hire him after he had already gone to Carolina. But I think he feels slighted. I think he's pissed off. I think he's going to go out and make a name for himself. I got the Gamecocks winning by I think we win by at least 18.
I don't know that because he's made the comment that up there in at Virginia Tech he's known as Frank's kid. He's not known as Shane.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to go make a name for himself, Kale.
So I don't know if he ever wanted to go there or not. I don't know. There are people trying to put out the thing of, oh, well, he run the score up on him if he has the opportunity to. If he has the opportunity to, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he does, Kale. And, second in your point, you put out a video. I don't think it was in this stream you said it, but you were talking about people who don't know what the hell they're talking about, putting out all these prediction videos. I heard a Virginia Tech – or no, it wasn't even – I don't even think it was a Virginia Tech fan. I think it was an ACC podcast previewing that game. And this dude literally said – South Carolina has wooden bleachers, and our entrance is Sandstorm.
What?
He put that out in a video. We have wooden bleachers.
Wooden bleachers? Nobody in Power
He's like,
4.
it's an old stadium. It's an old stadium. You go in the 100 sections, they still got wooden bleachers. They come out to Sandstorm, but I think Enter Sandman's a better walkout song tradition.
I don't think anybody in the Power 4 has wooden bleachers.
Hell no. I can't think of a single team that has wooden bleachers, let alone Power 4.
I haven't seen wooden bleachers in forever.
I mean, damn, I don't know a single high school that has wooden bleachers. What is this guy talking about? These are the level of people who are getting.
We used to at my old high school, but that's been 30 years.
Well, surely they changed it by now, though, right?
Yeah.
Just an asinine take, and I don't know how these guys get up and think anybody takes them serious when they say stuff like that. I mean, wooden bleachers. I don't know. It was baffling to me. But Rob, I know you said you're taking Clemson on the spread. I didn't hear you give a score prediction though. Have you?
Yeah, I think they cover the spread, and I think it'll be like maybe lower than expected. So
what's the over under on that game? Do you know?
It up, buddy. Yeah, I'm not trying to put you off. I just don't remember.
That's fair.
I don't know if a lot of points are going to be scored, though. To be honest, we'll see.
That's kind of the avenue I was going. Did you see Brian Kelly said he was going to be playing like 7 linemen?
Brian Kelly puts a lot of bullshit out there to make coaches. If you watch his press conferences, he puts a lot of stuff out there to make other assistant coaches work hard. He really does that. So I don't really trust anything he says.
They've got the over-under at 57.5. That's pretty high.
I'd probably take the under.
Yeah, that's pretty high. I think I'd take the under on that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the under on that. But I think an under kind of favors. What do you think on this? I'm gonna give my honest opinion. I think it favors LSU a bit with how they're a bit more unproven at the skill positions. Clemson, they want to beat you deep with their wide receivers. They got some nice pieces at wide receiver. They want to beat you deep with Cade. Do you think a kind of a game in the I know the Clemson D line's nice, but I think a low scoring game might favor LSU given the factor of they've got a little bit more unproven pieces out on the outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so, but
and y'all are a bit unproven at running back too, which that's important in a close game.
Yep, I agree with what you're saying there. I'm just thinking the Clemson will pull it out late. It's just my opinion.
Well, who's y'all's kicker this year, by the way? Is it still Max Kelly?
Same guy that was last year.
Okay.
This guy Jackpot wanted to kick in the face.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Championship
All right, well,
God.
you're losing to a North Carolina school.
Clayton Hauser.
Oh, what happened? Well, I thought Max Gunn or whatever the fuck that dude's name was
Robert Gunn.
He's not around no more.
I don't know. I mean, I can see if he's still on the roster. He was like the. I'll look and see if he's on the roster. But
what was the name of that asshole that I wanted to kick the shit out of?
That was that cubicle fuck. Oh, whatever the hell. Yeah, the cubicle dude. They got him out of fucking Wall Street.
Talking about.
Hey, by the way, Gage
I can't remember his damn name now. What is it?
Gage Larvin, while you're looking that up, Rob, somehow made a 53-man roster for the NFL. The dude had 19 catches and about 200 yards for the Gamecocks.
There was another one we didn't
Lord
know how to
knows
use.
what he's doing.
He was hurt. He was hurt a good bit of his time here.
The only 2 memories I have is his drop versus Alabama down the seam. I'm sure you had a great view of that, Kale. I'm sure you had a great view. I can't remember what the other game is. I want to say it was Ole Miss, but he had another same play. It had to have been the same play. Dropped another wide open seam on the right side. That's the only memories I have for him. Maybe he's just excellent at special teams. But
Matthew says, Kale, who is your least favorite Clemson player ever? It's got to be a combination between Christian Wilkins, Ben Boulware. Neither of those I like.
You do like
God, what's that fucker's name? Tanner Muse.
Jonathan White is your favorite, though.
Charlie Whitehurst. Fuck. Those are some pretty ones I don't like. Deshaun Watson.
White.
Deshaun Watson. Mike Williams. What's that damn receiver? Artavis Scott. These are all people I
fucking hated him. I hated him and Sammy.
Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley, yeah.
Nuke Hopkins.
Hopkins.
I don't really have an opinion on Sammy.
You're forgetting Wade Woodass.
I don't know enough about him yet to not like
hated
him.
that fucker.
Well, he's still there.
I know. I just hate him. I hate him. He seems to be the only one continuing that white linebacker tradition, and I hate him for it. Also, who do you hate most at Tennessee? Because I've got a good answer for that. I'm gonna see if ours match up.
Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Albert Hainsworth.
Oh.
Albert Hainsworth. You remember?
No, not like him.
Fucker took that flag and was waving it in front of the student section.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta go to bed, but I appreciate you guys.
When did he do that?
Oh hell, I'd have to look it up. It must have been I don't know, around 2004, 2005.
Mm.
But
Oh,
I'll let y'all go. It seems like Rob's
Oh,
getting
the Spear
started.
Chucker.
What's
Yeah.
that?
In 2019, there was one named Batuli, I think
Let me
was
look
his
at
name.
that.
And he intercepted a pass against the Gamecocks, and I got mad. I was drunk. I started calling him the fucking Spear Chucker, and I started doing making a fucking Indian voice or something.
Dear God.
Jesus Christ, Kale.
All right,
It was
well, that's
hilarious.
we'll be back at it here soon.
DeAndre Johnson.
DeAndre Johnson, yeah.
Well, before you go, Rob, I wanted to say I hate him because he's also from South Carolina. He's from Hartsville. He's a piece of shit. No, so this would have been probably like he played 99 to 01. So somewhere in between that, he was a little piece of shit. Waved the flag. He's from Hartsville, South Carolina. Go fuck yourself, Albert. Go Gamecocks. Brent Pry. Go drink yourself to sleep. It's the only way you're getting any rest. You're terrified. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. That's all I need to say. Gamecocks by 18.
All right, Jackpot. It's been a good show, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you later on.
All right.